Sup, compassionate people? Welcome to Vegan News. Today we're going to be going through the results so far on the vegan cat study, which you can follow along on Facebook, Instagram, any of our other social media platforms, or you can just wait until one of these videos comes out every 3 to 6 months. So here are the original blood tests that got a baseline of Boba before going on the Evolution Diet pet food, who, by the way, graciously is sending that to us to help negate some of the costs that this is costing us. Now, as you can see, all levels are within normal range, some of them even improved, all except for one. And that one level you see that's like tanked out right there in the red, that's actually because that's actually Boba's white blood cell count, because he had a really bad eye infection when I took him to the vet, and I just got him done at the same time. As you can see in the picture, it was pretty bad. I had to give him oral antibiotics and put drops in his eyes for several days, so he's still a little mad at me. That and the new kittens are making him not happy with me. So this is a really encouraging result. I found other people online as well that have vegan cats that have been vegan way longer, and they have blood tests, and everything seems to be perfectly fine. But we don't want anecdotal evidence. We want to make sure it's safe. We want to prove it's safe. One hiccup that did occur is the vet I take Boba to didn't take too kindly to finding out about the food. I let what kind of food it was slip, and they definitely weren't pleased. Every day I'm keeping an eye on him and waiting for a change in behavior or anything that might show that there's a problem. I know how he acts when he's sick. When he used to get UTIs when I first got him as a kitten, all the time, he got them because he needed the grain-free stuff. After that, it was fine. But during that, he acted totally different. He would whine and scream about using the litter box. It's just, you know, your companion animal. And if anything, he's been more active than he used to be, and so have the other cats, Penny and Izzy. We also have the 2 kittens that are on it. That's something we're going to find out more about. Because there's probably some supplements and things that I think I'm going to put the kittens on. And one of the kittens was a runt who was abandoned by the mom. He was underweight compared to his sister, who we trapped in the trap outside. We're starting a TNR program for like 20 or 30 cats up the street. Ugh. And she's like double his size, even they're growing. I think it's starting to even out. He seems like he's definitely putting weight on, but we've considered going to formula for a little while if he doesn't. So that's really the update, guys. It's not some huge magical revelation. It's just consistently keeping an eye on him and the other cats, of course, and doing the blood tests on and the urine test. You can also see the urine test that his urine's fine. There's no crystallization, pH is great, everything's fine. Everything's fine. If we were gonna see problems, it probably would have happened pretty quickly, because I know in the past when I switched foods, they weren't plant-based or anything, he had issues. And that's common too. All the cats love it, the dog eats it. My vet had some not so nice things to say about me. I guess she didn't realize that I could hear through the wall where they were at. I don't know. But what are you gonna do? It's what we fight against, and we're always fighting against the status quo and what's been okay, normal for centuries, unfortunately. And to my vet, if they see this, or any of the other people who are constantly saying, I'm an abuser because we're feeding an obligate carnivore, not just a carnivore, they're an obligate carnivore. If you're gonna say it and make accusations, say things correctly, that we're feeding them an unnatural diet. Well, canned cat food or dry cat food, they take all the leftovers from, unless you're buying like Blue Buffalo or something extremely amazing, or something extremely hoity-toity and expensive organic, which I've been told is actually worse because they don't supplement. They take the scraps and they pasteurize them into a paste, then they cut them up or turn them into dried stuff, whichever, make gravy, put everything together. And they actually have to add back a lot of the amino acids, and especially the taurine, because it gets destroyed under heat. So whether they're being fed plants or flesh that have both been pasteurized to hell and there's nothing left, they're getting taurine from the same source. You would know this if you would do any amount of research whatsoever. It's really not difficult to find. You add that to the fact that there's been people with vegan cats with no issues for 30 years. Now, have there been cases where people were stupid and they just fed their kittens or cats rice and beans and dumb stuff? Yes. There's always stupid people. Vegans are certainly no exception to the rule, unfortunately. But a few stupid people who made a few dumb decisions, that has nothing to do with the reality of what's happening. I would never put the life of any animal at risk, especially Boba, who is my kid. He's my furry little son. And that's the whole thing behind being vegan. So I don't really understand how people can make these accusations when 3 times a day, you're the ones destroying lives. All right, guys, that's everything for the update. I'm still recovering from the flu. I don't know if my voice sounds different or not. And I had a little bit of a flare from Crohn's stuff and blah, blah, blah. But we're getting back on track. The Western convergence that DXE is putting on is coming up towards the end of this month. There's a good chance I'm going to get to interview both Moby and Ingrid Newkirk. How amazing is that? And this coming week, is this week coming? And this week coming, I'm going to be on the Live Vegan podcast that Kevin and Ben set up. They've had some pretty awesome guests in the past, and I was on their podcast once before with a really famous animal rights photographer whose name eludes me at the moment. If you would like to help us make it to the Western Convergence, please consider donating, or maybe I should throw up another Facebook fundraiser. Unfortunately, the Cleveland Animal Save event that I was going to speak at and participate in, it fell through because I got really ill. They got a rain check from me though. I will be going out there, and we did get almost $300 raised for that trip. So don't worry, that money is going to go straight into Western Convergence. And like I always say, we will be documenting everything we spend that has been donated, and with screenshots of the bank account on what it was spent on and broken down into all the different categories so that we can provide the transparency that I expect from others as well. So that's everything, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for helping and sharing. It means a lot, and it helps a lot more than you think. None of this would be possible without everybody who's helped on Facebook and YouTube, who's donated, who's supported, who's shared. The vegan community, our community, is growing by leaps and bounds every single day, and I'm so excited. I'm glad I'm getting back on track. I won't be as sick for a little while, hopefully. And I can get back into some more regular content and giving you guys some actual news stories. A vegan story from Moby and Ingrid Newkirk? How amazing would that be? Here's hoping. Love you guys. Later.